Hello, everybody, and welcome back! I was not expecting to be playing this game for the third time again so soon, but here we are. We have the final draft. Let's freaking go. So we didn't know when this would be coming out, and my theories at the end of the original game was like, hey, yeah, this is not the final draft, so boom, we're fine. Yeah, this is Final Draft, Salty Panda. That's what we're doing right now. No more cliffhangers, and if anyone is watching this playthrough after the fact, I guess you don't even have to wait. You're watching this playthrough twice, because you know it's worth it. Alright, so the benefit of this run-through as opposed to the previous one, the one we did it blind, is that I've had a little bit of time to digest everything in this game. I've done a second playthrough already, which I finished a couple weeks back, so I can take all my notes, and I have like 30 pages of notes on this game. Anyone who is following the lectures we're doing, the video essays on this, the next one has just been, editing has just finished, and so I'm going to have that up on Patreon tonight as soon as the stream is over. For anyone who's on there, for everyone who's not, it will be coming out on Wednesday, I believe, for everyone to check out. And the one after that has already been recorded. It's just being sent over for the editing phase right now, so you guys should see that next week. Hey there, and Lynn, thank you so much for the donation. Yes, we are back. 100%. But yeah, so I have a lot of content that's already been in the works, and I kind of was a little bit hesitant to start releasing stuff until the New Game Plus was released, and here we go. So I can talk about the ending now. All right, so anyone who this is your first time meeting the channel, hello. My name is Dean. I mostly do video essays, but every now and then we do Let's Play playthroughs on stream. Usually I do blind stuff, mostly because, hey, it's more fun for everybody when I'm going, oh god, what's that? Oh god, what's that? But anyways, by the way, guys, I just wanted to go, holy crap, we have over 100 people in stream right now. This, like, no joke, this is the biggest stream I've ever done. I have never seen that many people tune into this. Anyways, guys, so the rules are for this stream, just moving forward, is that we will be spoiling everything in the Remedy franchise, even Alan Wake 2, but anyone who has seen the leaks, do not say anything. I don't want to know anything about what comes in the final draft. I don't want to know the ending, the new manuscripts, anything like that. So that's going to be brand new, but everything else, we're going to talk about this game in full. If you want to see a fully blind reaction, go earlier on in this playlist and you'll see my complete brown one. Brown one? Blind one. Hold on, someone's texting me. And yes, Cool Bands, I will be doing subs this time. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get our options set up. So we will be doing subtitles. Usually I don't do subtitles my first playthrough, but since... Oh, it's already turned on. Perfect. But since I've already played through it, I do not mind having them on. Also, there's something else I need to do. There we go. Okay, good. We already have it. So I'm throwing on the nudity sensor, because the first time we just randomly had a dingling flipping around all over the place on stream, and that's not good for monetization. Anyways. Hey, yo! And yes, Draco, keep the death counter going. Alright, everyone. You ready to get going? Hey, is the bitrate low? I don't know. Is the bitrate low for you guys? I mean, it's usually pretty good. You might want to refresh. Hey there, Jiff. Thank you so much for the donation, buddy. Can't stay for long. Still on and off your first playthrough. I have a lot on my mind, my own personal stuff. Hope everyone's doing good. Hey, no worries, dude. You know what? Take care of business. Take care of yourself, and I hope everything is better, buddy. Yeah, we don't want to see Nightingale's little buddy over there. You just finished the original Alan Wake 2 streams yesterday. This is your first time watching live. Well, welcome on in, AMR. No, don't worry about it, Draco. Nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened. Let's go. Final draft, Nightmare difficulty. We will be playing on Nightmare the entire time. Also, everyone, let me know if the audio is choppy or if the volume's off. Because last time, it took a while for everyone to notify me, but right now we should be good. And just for calibration, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. So I'm gonna presume, like, probably 90% of the game is gonna be the same as the base game, which is fine. That gives us opportunity to talk about everything. But the new stuff is what we're really here for.
Back to the beginning, with the memory of the past loop already fading fast.
Not for me.
While it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral.
Yes, it is already different. Like, even the opening monologue is a little bit different already. Okay.
A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow.
Yes!
I'll find the miracle through the night."
And we're... okay, so yeah, we're already having new stuff right off the bat. Thomas Zane.
It's not just victims and monsters. I see now there are heroes as well. We can find our way through the darkness. We will break through the surface. We will emerge into the light.
Alright, there's gonna be a lot more different than I was anticipating if this intro's anything. Yeah, I heard that too. A fictional poet I heard once said. No, subtitles should be on. I mean, they're on my end. subtitles are showing up at my end, guys. I mean, I did have a hypothesis that Zane was fictional in some form. Alright, this time he has very dirty underwear. Alright, so... now, in retrospect, it's very obvious that the third QR code vision in the Alan Wake Remastered is talking about Nightingale, not talking about Alan popping up or Jake Fisher or anybody like that.
Please. Can you hear me?
Come on in. We should go.
Hi there, you two.
Where'd he gone?
Just leave! Just leave! Yep, so everything Reaper of Grey, it seems like everything reverted back to the start, but it's not really because this is a different story. There are subtle differences, but it's not only that this is a different story, but it's also that time has proceeded. It's kind of like from our perception, if we finish reading a book and then close the book and pull it back to page 1, technically time has progressed, even though we're reading the same story again. Well, the question is if he's calling him a fictional poet, can we also say that Alan decided that now he's fictional, where he used to be real, but now he's fictional within this story? I don't know. Because it's different. Retcons are canon in this franchise. I eventually want to have a video on that entire topic, that the Alan Wake, the Remedy series, retcons technically are canon because of how the Dark Place works. The bitrate's a little bit low for you guys. I mean, I haven't changed any of the settings. It's kind of blocky with movements. Let me check here. Let's see if I can change some of the settings. Performance. Yeah, I'm already on performance mode. Film grain, I can take that off. Take off the motion blur. I don't know how to do other things on this. Let me know if that helps a little bit. Oh, that's not good. Let me know if this works better on the blockiness. Gotta go, Enrique? No worries. Take it easy. It's the filigree like the first time. Gotcha. No worries. Unfortunately, I'm only working on an RTX 3070 right now. So, it's good, but this game is... Actually, no. That's a complete lie. I'm working off of a PS5. I'm not playing this on PC, so there should be no excuse. Let's go this way. Why would I just running towards them? That's nuts. Oh god! Right in the booty. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's just because there's a lot of things moving around right now. And as soon as we get to the main game. I mean, like, the rain's not helping, and a lot of these other things probably isn't helping either. Oh no! And there we go. No, they were taken originally. Well, not taken, but they had those visual effects on them originally. So they don't, for Runa X, they actually, these guys don't say cult of the word. Nightingale says cult of the word. The cult members still say cult of the tree. So the reason why is because Nightingale spent some time down in Caldera Street Station during the first draft of Alan's story and witnessed the cult of the word. So that's probably what's in the back of his head right now. Let me see if I can throw this into something. 1 second.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will.
Alright, so I turned off
Bye, kiddo.
my preview on OBS, so hopefully that helps a little bit, and I turned down the master volume a little bit. Let me know how it works.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work.
My bitrate's 6400.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Alright. Oh, geez. I'm
Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Yeah, I'm wearing the pre-order outfit for some reason. Already did that. Still gets pixels.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
Wait.
I can go take a look.
Hey, over here.
His dialogue is already different too. Like, even that's a little bit different. Okay, cool. All right, so we're still gonna try to do as much as we can and reread everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can change her outfit. No, I cannot. I cannot change her outfit here.
The Federal Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch.
I'm trying to
Only
see if
shows
they
up
have
for
any mild different dialogue with stuff like
unusual
this.
Cases.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me.
So she doesn't really say anything different
Logged.
here. Okay.
They really don't want people coming in here.
No, they really do not. So we're not going to have to worry about missing stuff, because if we keep all of our inventory, which means we have the Mayor Setter charm right off the bat. Okay, if I remember correctly, this one didn't really have anything on it. And I don't think that Remedy would go so far as to change the text on this stuff. I mean, if they did, that'd be nuts. Okay. Can't wait for the Lake House DLC. Me either. I can't wait for... Honestly, I'm probably more excited for the Night Springs DLC, but whatever. Yeah, I know you won't get access until you get there, but we can still... We still have to backtrack through here.
One piece, Anderson.
So we'll be
Forest can
fine.
be a dangerous place.
Is the audio levels better this time?
Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
They did. Alright, since we got a little second here, audio's good. We'll find out if the game gets really loud. Yeah, no, 100%. Yes, I did catch the Herald of Darkness performance at TGA. It was freaking awesome. And yes, Ezekiel, there actually has been changes. The intro that Alan says is already different. So a lot of the dialogue's changed.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some, organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Because that's normally where the organs go. I 100% agree.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton?
This
But
conversation
don't worry.
is...
Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Alright, so just for a heads up, we will be spoiling the base game. So this conversation takes on a whole new level of detail when you realize that Thornton and Mulligan know for a fact what's going on with the Cult of the Tree at this point in time, and they're intentionally trying to throw the Bookers under the bus and frame them for the death of Nightingale here. It's like, oh, yeah, those guys, they're out-of-towners. They're pretty suspicious, right? Yeah, you should, like, totally look into them. Yeah. Takes in a whole new meeting second time around.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Alright, let's get going. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any changes in the mine place, too.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Here we go.
The mine place. My version of the mine palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the mine place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
So I'm curious if...
The facts are on the board.
Sorry. I'm curious if Saga's going to recognize that this is the second time through the story, or if it's only Alan that's going to basically have the changes in dialogue. I mean, technically she does have somewhat immunity to how the story goes, so I'm curious if she will change or recognize the change. So I got all my songs here already. But we are missing one tune, which I'm presuming is going to be Sea of Night. I presume is going to be Sea of Night. Okay, so one thing I noted during my replay is specifically this dude right here, Ted Lane. Victim was reported missing in 2010, but he was discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave. Now, the Cult of the Tree didn't get started until 2013. So this guy popped back up before the Koskolov brothers started the Cult of the Tree, which is a curiosity I've had.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
So, technically speaking, yes, I've already gotten all the lunchboxes, and I did see someone's comment that there's a bug in the game that it takes your first save file that transfers over into New Game Plus. Luckily, I did 100% everything during my first run, so...
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
It's all fine.
A creepy twig sculpture?
Technically, I 100%ed it in both of my playthroughs. Okay, it's not going to let me do this yet. So either way, we're fine. But the thing is with the lunchboxes is I will, since I did get all of them, you're still going to be able to pick them up right now.
You putting me in charge. Why now?
I'll let them talk.
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
And I have
Are
magic
you thinking of
powers.
retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Also, what I was saying about the lunchboxes is it'll allow us to max out all of our stuff. So we keep all the upgrades we had during the previous playthrough, and the new lunchboxes just give us more resources to upgrade our stuff. Yeah, we will 100% the game again, because you know what? Why not?
Fucking nature.
I love nature.
Gives me a headache.
This is
Too much sky.
honestly, going out hiking is probably the most relaxing times I get.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, so Queenie, we couldn't 100% max out everything in the base game. You could only
Is
get
that
like
a
half of the stuff
Kid's
upgraded.
lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
I would actually really be interested in having Casey sit down with the books after the fact and detail how much is similar to his real life and how much is different. Because we basically got confirmation at this point that Alan, as a child in his nightmares, saw the real life Casey in the future and kind of like, you know what, said, hey, yeah, let's, that seems like good inspiration. He started writing stories about Casey through his dreams. But Dad used to say, when the tough gets going, where the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Not sure where the tough get going to, but you'll find it inspiring. Thank you, Rose. I actually don't even know who your dad is. Is this a new area? I don't remember there being a path up here last time. Maybe I'm just crazy. I didn't go up here on my replays. When the Blair Witch Project came out, you stopped camping. Like, I'm not really a camper. I'm more of like just doing day hikes.
Welcome
But I
back,
do enjoy camping
Anderson.
too. Hey there, Dimitri. Yeah, actually, weirdly enough, there is
Not
a lot
bad
different
place
already.
to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Alan's intro dialogue is different, and he claims that a poem that was written by
Damn.
Zane is from a fictional
Should have brought
poet.
an umbrella.
I
Very
like
interesting.
The rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why AMR, I'm going to be looking at everything again, because I don't know what's going to be different. There could be, like, differences in small little things. But also, since I know where the collectibles are, it's going to be a lot easier, so there's going to be less running around.
At the murder site. I did not want to swap. No, still not getting it. Try.
What's up, Thornton?
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
I'm going this way. You kids have fun. I'll catch
I'll
up
look
later.
around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
All right, Maxime. Like we'll see that in a second if they did put the tarp up on the body. If they did, cool. That's an interesting change. But don't tell me if there's any changes like that. I want to be surprised when it comes to it.
Who's leaving these out here?
Remember, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. But if you're having a good day, ignore this entire thing. Rose being a spaz like she always is. Like, I don't know, like, am I crazy? Because I don't remember walking up there during my first 2 playthroughs of the game. It might have been there, I just never noticed, but who knows.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
I'm here.
So, yeah.
You can't get lost if you don't care about where you're going, said a certain janitor.
Cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Doesn't look like they covered it with the tarp. Never mind.
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
So I'm hyper...
Step 1.
Oh,
Examine
gosh,
the
my back.
corpse.
I'm hyper-analyzing everything that Thornton and Milligan say throughout this entire section because... reasons.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Okay, let's go ahead and knock this out.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
I think not. Alright, I hope we get everything this time around. Because in the base game, there's a lot of this board we could not fill out. Another body's been found. Consistency with the previous murders? I do not know. Casey lunchboxes. Let's toss you up.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Well, florally, all Casey is black coffee under a thin layer of skin at this point. The writer of the note is leaving these to inspire someone. Are they really for me? You know, I kind of needed to hear this. Thanks, lunchbox writer. Rose knows exactly what to do.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
I mean, if they got this far in the ritual,
Inside
they should have just
stab
finished
wound.
it.
Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Let me see. Can we look at this stuff yet, or do we have to do round 1? We have to do round 1. Okay. And part 3.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders.
It absolutely does.
But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
I'm just waiting for her to figure things out a little bit differently. I don't think it's going to happen, but or it should happen.
Who is our victim?
Personally.
Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here. Waiting.
And we know that this wasn't for a camera.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over.
So they presumed that the tripod was
Was it
for a camera. No, it wasn't. It actually was for a floodlight, which we did not know it the first time around. Woo!
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers.
Yes.
Quite the party.
Where is he? There he is.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
There we go.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Yeah, floodlights are just like huge, high lumen lights stuff. They're intended to like illuminate a certain area.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this
Deerfest.
town wants to forget.
Like everything else. Alright, so an interesting little thing we know in retrospect is the time that Nightingale
I think that's everything.
spent in the dark.
For now, at least.
Saga, you're
Anything
interrupting
clicking
me.
yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
The time that Nightingale spent in the dark place, he was actually doing stuff. So it looks like he got cast. Like after he was dragged into the dark place at the end of the first game, he was cast as the fictional FBI agent in the Alex Casey story that is in the subway station. And he spent some time down there. And then after the fact, he came out of that overlap back into this point in time. But anyways. So it's not like he was just wandering aimlessly. He legitimately got cast as a character in that film.
Robert Nightingale.
Which we'll talk more about that once we get down there.
Came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Once we get to Alan's story, we'll talk more about it. Oop. Yes, I agree. She was a little rude interrupting me.
Passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years.
Well,
why here? Why now?
Well, Emilio, just a quick question: Have you played the base game already? Because it's explained in the base game what it was,
profiling.
The whole thing is about.
Get into the subject's head, see what they saw, feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what happened, Draco. I mean, if we think about it in the... we'll talk about it once we get to Alan's side of the story. But he's constantly casting characters of people he knows as actors in the film that he's watching with Alex Casey. For example, Thornton and Mulligan were two sheriff's deputies in Bright Falls, but in the Alex Casey film, they play two NYPD officers. They also have like Ed Booker, who is a playwright putting on a play at the Ocean View Hotel. We have, I forget her first name, his wife, who is like playing the role of like, I think it's like a university professor or something like that, giving information on mythology. So you missed that part. Okay, so basically they have the, Emilio, they have the floodlights up because they're hunting Taken as they come out of the lake, and the light will stun them.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA
Tammy, thank you,
for 13
Isaac.
years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too.
Sister? I thought they were married.
The lake until he says otherwise.
Maybe I'm crazy, Jackson.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
When you just hear a dial-up tone coming out of his mouth, that's exactly what it is, Robin. It's exactly what it is.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Did I get the relationship wrong this entire time?
It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home.
Yep.
Somebody's home.
This wasn't some
The shadow in
random
the dark,
act of
yep.
violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Well, it's technically, the base game's not really the first draft either, Ammar. It's the most recent draft. I mean, the first draft is American Nightmare back in 2012, technically. I do have a video out already on the channel that discusses that as the origin of the spiral. So right here, we already have our stuff.
Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible.
So like right here, I already have this upgrade, but now we can start working on the other upgrades that I didn't have enough to work on. Interesting. We don't have the manuscripts here yet. Don't have that yet. Oh, either way. You just concerned me there for a second, Jackson, saying that they were siblings. I was like, wait, what? I feel like I misread that entire situation then. I can feel the Nightingale came from the lake, but why after 13 years? Yep, makes sense.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
That way entirely.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
What do I think the loops Casey mentioned? Rephrase that, Kenyatta. I'm not sure what you're asking. Holy crap, guys, we're at 186 people in
Did something happen at the
stream.
lake?
Hello!
Nightingale
Welcome on in,
came up
everyone.
From that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure.
All right,
It's
thanks,
not that
Jackson.
complicated.
Thanks for the tip, Jackson.
Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
All right, we're going to head to the witch's cabin real quick. Because there's a couple things we can grab while we're over here. Namely, some more
I want to
pages.
walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Do. I wish we could just grab the fuse right now. Because we got the fuse right here that we were going to use later on in the game. I wish I could just grab it.
There's another lunchbox.
I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. We're already getting some stuff. Nice. I snuck out last night. Yeah, so there's no difference in text here. So I'm still going to check those, but I'm just going to skim them. If you want my fully blind one run through, then it's earlier on in this playlist. I'm just curious if that person's ever going to show up. Because it seems like they're trying to break into either the lake house or an FBC facility. It's not bad on New Game Plus. Like, honestly, Shinigami, it doesn't seem like it's going to be because, one, we're going to have all of our backlogged gear. But secondly, we're going to have all the new gear so we can use our stuff a little more liberally. Like our flares and flashbangs
You
and
need
stuff.
to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
Okay. So I'm just curious if this is going to play a bigger role.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
The boulder fell. I don't know.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Like, in this scenario, Florouge, it's understandable why Rose perceives Alan in a godly way.
A page full
Sure,
of
Draco,
text
go ahead.
on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. The killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
I don't think the manuscripts are going to be different, personally.
Reading the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Beautiful. Hey there, PDX
I should profile
Jake.
Nightingale about this page.
Thank you so much for the donation, buddy. Love the channel and content. You're awesome. Dude, you're awesome. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're able to make it live and hang out with all of us. Okay, so what if the Heart of Dark
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
So what if the Heart of Dark Presence is in the lake cabin, but not at the same time? Are you saying the Dark Presence? Which cabin? Are we talking about the Bird's Lake cabin? Are we talking about the Witch's cabin? Okay, so this looks like the exact same one, but let's go ahead and listen to it.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
So Matt, I actually just maybe about an hour ago got the final edit for the next lore video that should be dropping on Wednesday for you all. It's going up tonight for the patrons, but it's probably going to go up on Wednesday for publicly. And I already have the next one recorded. It's going over to the editor, so you guys should see that next week. I'm moving forward on all that stuff. When Casey first encountered Alan in the dark place, he mentioned being killed over and over again. So if Nightingale is missing agent, so it's a different story. So I have a hypothesis about what's going on with Casey and the future of how it's going to tie into the Max Payne remakes, but let's talk about that another time when we get closer to that part of the game.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Hey there, Chris. So, yeah, so there are big differences already, Chris. The intro monologue from Alan was already different. And different in a very big way. Interesting, the story takes a while to affect people, but affects Rose immediately because she believes in the art so strongly. It's not just that, Shinigami. It's because, like, in the story, if you're reading it like through a manuscript, the characters aren't going to witness the change until the time of as the narrative unfolds reaches that character. So Rose is one of the first characters that gets reached, therefore she's the first one affected. When we first see Ilmo Koskolo, for example, he doesn't know Saga. And the reason why he doesn't know Saga, let's just back out so we don't have that sound blaring in our ears, is because In the manuscript, Saga and Ilmo have never met at that point in the story, but in real life they did meet, therefore he's not affected yet. But when she meets him in Watery is the first time on page they meet, therefore now he's going to have his memory altered, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I explained that correct, but... Look around here after on the trails. I mean, I've already grabbed everything, Nathan. I know where pretty much everything is. And we'll revisit the spot later with the setter charm, so we can get everything that's nightmare difficulty, additional stuff. So why did Casey get so long to be affected? Possibly because they hadn't mentioned Logan dying at this point in the story, so he wouldn't know about it or even consider that. Point of interest. Point of interest. Go back? Is there something new over here? I mean, like, I'm gonna get everything eventually.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Oh, there's something new here already? Okay. I'll see if I can just wander around and locate it. Like, the second we get the setter charm, I was going to come right back here and I'll find it anyways, but... Path to the witch's cabin? Okay. Which is over here. Oh, I literally walked right past it. I'm smart, I promise. Nightmare difficulty, manuscript page, let's go. Saga Anderson's deja vu. So she is gonna remember it. Okay, good.
Saga bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse laying on the rain-soaked wood. Like deja vu. She chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It didn't feel like anything from her past. More like something from a dream. From a life she could barely remember. Maybe one that wasn't even hers. Then the feeling passed. Like a shadow in the trees shifting with the wind. Saga blinked, shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casey and the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case.
Oh, well, I don't know if she's remembering, but the whole point of deja vu is that you have a feeling you've done this before. So, kinda she's remembering she's done it before, but the extent of which is debatable. So yeah, the first time you did this, Max, because if we look at here, at the message one right here, they don't mention Saga by name, but in this one they mention Saga by name. But it doesn't really matter, because it's already explained in the base game that Alan witnessed Saga coming here, because she was being called out to Bright Falls anyway to investigate the murders, and after she showed up, Alan recognized what she's capable of and her utility in the story, and then called out and started to he noticed that she was involved and then added her in after the fact.
Hey, you made it back.
We did.
Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Of course it's flooding right now because the dark place is starting to come up.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
All right. Let's go ahead and grab one of the cult stashes while we're over here. Let's see if I can remember the order.
Wonder what's inside.
Fridge.
I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Okay, sink, fridge. Okay, so sink is top right down, arsenic, and then play buttons. Where's the arsenic symbol? There you are, and the 2 play buttons. Boom. Beautiful. And then let's go get the deer head. Hello there.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Notice after the story changes, her FBI jacket disappears. Well, I'm not wearing that outfit, so if I was wearing the regular outfit, would her FBI jacket just vanish? No, like, I changed to the windbreaker just as an aesthetic thing. In the main menu, you can give both Alan and her different outfits.
Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Oh my gosh. Only downside about these sections is you have to, like, scroll over to get to something. Which is kind of annoying.
I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Wait, why? Did she comment on something being inside him at the beginning? Because it seemed like she only really recognized that after...
Deputy, I want
Maybe
the
it
body
was the
taken
first time
back to
around.
town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Sorry, I was reading chat there for a second. Got distracted. You've run into a few interesting Nagami. I mean, it's running fine for me. Everyone else is saying that
Let's get the car.
it's a little
Drive to
clippy
Bright
in
Falls
places,
and
but
talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
But I went ahead and turned the preview mode on my OBS off, so that should at least help my PC.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Sorry, I'm thinking about what you guys are saying about the Dark Presence now, as of the ending, only being able to take over fictional people. Okay, so if that's the case, okay, let's go off this train of thought here. Let's go off this train of thought. If that's legitimately how they changed the ending, that Alan made it so that only fictional characters can be taken over by the Dark Presence, but we also see that Alan was possessed before he got shot in the head with a bullet of light. What would stop? And they mentioned Zane at the start of this final draft, calling him a fictional poet. What if Alan's retconning it right now so that the Zane we have witnessed in the base game now is a fictional character, but because he looks exactly like Alan, they can have the Dark Presence possess Alan, aka Zane, and it thinks it's the same thing. Because they're based, again, Maybe this Zane is playing a role of Alan, and therefore that version of Zane playing the role of Alan Wake gets possessed instead. Okay, cat. Come inside. Come inside. Sorry. Her mistress... the fine lass, Zoe, just decided to grace, says, "Hello, sweetheart." The kitty just showed up. Come on. Are you gonna hop up, or are you just gonna, like, run around my feet? Come on. Sweetheart, come on. Okay, come on. What? She's just on the ground staring at me, expecting. Like, I don't have your food in here. Your food's outside. Where is the FBC thingy? I forgot where that was located at. Hold on, let's backtrack real quick. Come on, hop up. Hop up. Or are you just gonna claw at my legs? Well, Final Draft is New Game Plus.
It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
It's the same thing. That's why I'm asking if the buzzer has changed. If it hasn't, it's pointless exercise, but we'll do it anyways. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. Hop on up. I guess maybe you don't want to hop on up. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Ugh. Alright, I'm back. Apologies. So my cat has this weird little quirk about her where when she's hungry, she needs me to go walk with her over to her food bowl, otherwise she won't eat. So yeah, I had to just go walk into the living room, stand right next to the bowl for a second, and then done.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
The station heads are not currently available. Access is restricted without their permission.
Nice talking to you, too.
They actually responded! I'm just gonna keep bugging them. It's not letting me press it anymore! Did they sound possessed to me? I mean, it seems like a rather default response. I know we're gonna get more information about it when we get the Lake House DLC. Based upon what Estevez was saying, shenanigans went down, and they lost the entire lake house. So it wouldn't surprise me. Your 17-year-old boy is kind of like that, except more chatty and space invasive. I'm sorry, Derper. So the change count is now 4, yeah. And it's just little things, but it's definitely noticeable.
Another one of those lunch boxes.
We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. I definitely will. Okay, so that's still locked. So yeah, it's really inviting us to go exploring a lot more. Well, maybe not a lot more, but re-explore everything.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed.
Because of little differences.
Tripod. Tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Well, that's not the intention, but it happened. So, Isaac, there is some stuff in the jail cells I want to pay attention to, specifically the guy that's sleeping. Because he was I found this during my second playthrough, but one of the prisoners was having dreams about an eye in the sky that was watching him in the darkness in his dreams and stuff like that. We missed it in the first playthrough.
Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
So we'll find out. Exactly, the irony, Kenyatta, because, yeah, held in the woods, tripod, snuff film.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head.
Yep.
I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
I found it after the scene with Tim vanishing, before you go to Watery, or before you go to the next area. Or
Need
back
to swing by the lodge to
Lake.
get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
Yep, Mortem,
I'll
you
pop
do
there
have
anyway.
a lot different now.
I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Okay, so these are the paranormal investigators right here. I don't think they've done much. Okay, we're gonna try to find all the Batman stuff again. I imagine, Amira, if that Odin and Tor are going to have some differences. No. So Dreadman, this is New Game Plus, Final Draft, and it's a different story. Well, it's the same story, but it's different. It's the final draft of the game, so things are a little bit different. No. You have a theory that Pat and Tapio are the same person? I mean, do we know anyone named Tapio at Valhalla? I really don't recall. Okay. Probably Return, to be 100% honest. Probably the final draft of Return. But who knows, there might be some differences in Initiation as well.
So sleepy. Just a few more days.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi there. You dance and you do your thing.
Enjoy your day.
I will, and you enjoy watching your microwave work.
Rest easy, buddy.
Recognize the guy with the orange backpack? I'll go check real quick. Who has the orange backpack? I don't see any. Oh. This might be the dude that's in jail, if I remember. Oh, I presume that this New Game Plus is gonna answer a lot of things.
More days.
Okay. So now this is her room. Don't think there's anything new in here. Something about water. Yeah, that's definitely a Remedy game. Something about water. Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. What's up, dude? Don't mind me.
Hi there.
Hi there. Hey guys, want to play some Death Rally? Let's play some Death Rally. And this is all Casey's room with all the coffees everywhere. Now, are any of the other doors? So this is going to be the Booker's room. That one's locked. This is the one I want to get into, 103. Something's going on in room 103. And that's where the poachers are. Yeah, like, that's the biggest thing I want to know in the lodge is what's going on with 103. Hey there, Archangel. Dude, thank you so much for the donation, buddy. You have returned for the final draft. I'm on Alan Wake. I'm on Alan already. How are you? I'm doing great. We're just getting going into this. I'm going to try, because I'm not going to be streaming these as long since we've already gotten the base game done. But I'm also not going to stop at every chapter. We're going to just play through, because now that I know the game's layout, I know better story breakpoints. Did you ever find out where the girl kept trying to get into 103? No, Jamie D. That's one of the biggest things I want to try to do. Is I have no clue why they're trying to get in. What's going on there?
Welcome back, Anderson.
Welcome.
Any interesting guests lately? Any good finds?
Like this right here?
Zilch, but someone left a gross surprise under their bed for housekeeping.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
So, that's what all that screaming was about?
Either that, or the couple on their honeymoon.
So there was a crap ton of screaming in one of the rooms. I'm presuming
When
room
you guys said
103.
nothing ever happens in this town, you weren't kidding. Not on the surface.
Hey there, WEV. Not much. We are just getting into the town.
Over on the issues.
You missed a new intro. The FBC actually responded to the buzzer. There's some dialogue changes and some minor things that are different.
So, how's that mystery business of yours going? We missed you at trivia night.
Actually, hold on. There is something I need to investigate over here. Right there.
You know, I have been up to a little something.
That's what I was looking for?
Urban legends.
Yeah, Nathan, that's what I was looking for. I just wasn't sure if it was on the other side of the building or this side. Yeah, no, the FBC was in the base game, but when you hit the buzzer, they never responded.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Not enough.
Don't know, don't care.
Where's Casey? There you are.
How much have you had? Man, it is sweaty in these suits.
I could not wear that all day. Has anyone ever had to do that, where you're wearing those thingies?
You don't think the amount of hot caffeinated beverages you down has
Oh dear. Cute.
You ready, buddy? Let's go. What? Why? Majeka, I hope I'm saying that right. Do you find final draft a strange term?
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
I mean, yeah, Jackson, because, like, I've played the game twice already, and every single time, even after they did some of the patches, no one responded there.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves.
Will do.
They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
What's up, Jack? I mean,
We've
Tim.
looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I don't even think we're gonna have to wait until the next game, Jamie
Go
D.
ahead, Anderson.
I think Tim's gonna
We'll be
be a bigger role in the Night Springs DLC of this one. Personally.
That happened. I still feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, Ed. Have some pie.
Jukebox is still out of
Keep
order.
your mind off things.
Now, one thing I am curious about is the manager's office back here.
I feel bad for these guys.
I did dream. I did hit it first thing. I mean, during my blind playthrough, my first time playthrough, that's one of the first things I found was that buzzer. So I didn't wait until after the fact. Okay, so this is where Rose's office is.
I need something to force this open.
But this is also the employees only office, which was locked in the base game. Maybe we can go into there this one. Or during a final draft. Alright.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
To answer your question, no, this is not the same model as the Songmaster Jukebox from Control.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found it. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Hey there, Liz. No worries. Glad you stopped by. A retail job during the Christmas is not room. Oh, dude, I don't blame you.
So calm.
I've never
Oops
done
is a
it, but I
part
hear
of
it's
the
rough.
job. Can't dwell on it too much.
Hello.
profiling will give me the answers. The cult of the tree. What aren't the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Spruce tree.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
In their drunken fever state, the pyramid in the stolen files becomes a spruce tree.
The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there.
It's not vertical, Nathan. It's on the ground.
They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. We're dealing with an organized group of killers. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Yes, Floater Rouge, they did call it a spruce tree in the previous versions, multiple times.
I need to know more about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Okay, let's get all this stuff done. Cult psychology. If they're hiding their faces, they aren't established enough to operate openly. Connections to Deerfest. Cult symbols. Graffiti's in plain sight does have a deeper significance. Yep, it's just 2 drunk guys looking at a pyramid. That's really about it.
These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more.
Oh yeah, same thing, Amira. The profiling sections are really nicely done.
No.
Come on, go all the way up. There we go. Hand it over.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Hi, Rose.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing Deerfest.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl.
There's a lot of changes, Mizzen.
How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me. I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl? She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember. How do you know I have a daughter? Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time. No. You're mistaking me for someone else. If you say so.
So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces. Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
Yeah, they will.
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those two idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
This is my case now, and no one is throwing you in jail. If you need anything else, just come to me.
Got it. Thank you, Saga.
Yeah, that was that conversation was in the base game too. All right, cult of the tree symbols. Let's just throw you up there. Jewelry can be used as subtle indicators of membership, but this isn't subtle. A badge of pride. I mean, technically, you can take advantage of that if you wanted to.
All set. My guys have Nightingale at the morgue.
Yep,
if
Epic
you're
Dragon.
ready
We
to go
do
take
have a
look.
lot of new stuff.
Let's go.
So the
Well,
intro
Cassie, I
did
got
have
a
a
lead.
different dialogue, but
Looks like we're dealing
I'll
with
stop
a cult.
talking for a second.
The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Let me go ahead and grab this real quick.
Setter is better.
No, I didn't. No, Ossie's not around here mopping stuff up or raking
Have
stuff
you
up.
heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
All right, so really quick thing that I find really interesting is just Tim's really quick comment there about playing D&D when he was younger. Now, he's obsessed with the platonic solids. That's all the geometric shapes he keeps seeing all over the place. Well, platonic solids are the shape of the D&D dice. Specifically, the D&D dice. Not sure if there's any connection there or just a random coincidence.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been.
FBI.
Why?
What do you think
What'd she do
that's
now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
I mained a rogue for the longest time. Assassin rogue, specifically. No, the D&D thing was original dialogue,
Hey, boss.
Generalissimo.
Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
That was in the
Yep,
base game.
in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Or, no. I don't think Tim rolled a nat 20 to get into the dark place. I think he said, okay, DM, I'm going to go ahead and hand over this manuscript to Saga. And he rolled a freaking D1.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
He rolled a 1,
Anything
and
you
his
need,
punishment was
just,
going to the dark
Let
place.
us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
See you around.
Yellow. I think that's just the dog. Sorry, I'm back.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money.
Okay, he's not in here yet.
Locked up an innocent man.
I still want to know who
Swear
this
I didn't
is.
do anything.
We never got an answer what's going on with
They're
this
a
guy.
lying bunch of bastards. You believe me, right?
I still want to figure this part of it out. Still the same.
No speeding happening here, I see. Sir, some patience, please.
Community barbecue. So this is all the same too. No changes there. Hello. You guys ready for the first commercial?
Agent?
Deputy?
As you know, the investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. Sheriff Porter wants us to cooperate fully.
Oh dear. I am a tourist.
We're gonna watch this
and
just
it appears
because.
that I'm lost in the woods.
Just because.
You only had a tour guide. Also, it's bear season. Oh no, a bear.
Oh no, a bear.
Help.
Boom!
Did somebody call for a tour
I mean, if
guide?
these two are on
Oh,
screen, you
wow.
kind of have to stop and
Costco
watch them.
Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government.
Even the bear flipped him a bird.
Oh, wow.
We got bolt
You
cutters.
think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere.
Has anyone done an Alan Wake out of context video yet? Because they need to add that scene to it.
Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak. The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
They couldn't even give a 10% discount. I mean, come on. All right, let's go.
So we share a morgue with the
Hey
funeral
there,
home store.
StarCraft.
It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
With no gloves? I question that very much.
Something about morgues.
They don't cheer you up. That's just weird, buddy.
Okay. Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? Wow. They did leave something inside his chest.
They absolutely did.
This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
They added gloves? Are you serious?
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem.
If they added gloves, I'm gonna be dying.
It doesn't add
That's
up.
funny as hell.
There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing?
But now the question is, did they add gloves in the base game or just in New Game Plus? Because that's kind of funny.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
Oh, just joking? Dude. Honestly, if I was Remedy, I would do dumb stuff like that. Where it's like, oh yeah, just randomly there's gloves now.
No. Text is smudged. Looks inverted. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
No, they don't have gloves. 100% Generalissimo. They need to make an out of context Alan Wake. Just you know, out of context Remedy video in general. Just in general.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
You want infections? That's how you get infections.
Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were.
And this is where he rolls a nat one.
I have them right here. No, wait.
Senor Door did not like that very much.
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Show me the clicker.
Bad news. Nightingale has Hep C. Yeah, no shit. Dude, who would be down to make a Remedy-verse D&D campaign? I'd be all in.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
Exactly. Time to roll for initiative.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light.
There's the flashlight.
He can't see me in the light.
You can't see me until I come
My
out
gun's
of
out
stealth.
in the hall. Gotta get it back.
And once I come out of stealth, then you can see me for forever.
Go.
Get out of my house.
No.
Waiting for her.
I love that I have the stagger still for the double headshots. It makes this little thing so much easier.
Vanished.
Alright. We're just gonna enjoy all the songs. Just all of them. I'm gonna try to get chapter 2 tonight. No guarantee I'm gonna get through it all, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah, I'm just vibing right now. What's my favorite chapter song? That's really hard to say. Maybe Wake Up. Possibly Wake Up. Or Wide Awake. Sorry, Wide Awake. Thank you, Epic Dragon. That's what I was thinking of. I know there's Wake in there somewhere. I agree, Reaper. I mean, I'm gonna lower the music real quick, just so I can talk over it. But like, 100% Alan Wake 2 should have won the soundtrack award at the Gaming Awards, only because of the creativity and the variety of music they put into the game. I mean, Final Fantasy 16, I haven't listened to the soundtrack, probably had amazing work, but you cannot deny the amount of effort and the lengths that Remedy went with all the musicians to make this soundtrack, which is far and above way more effort than I've seen. Hey, thanks for vibing with us, Lipia Gamer. Yeah, just good music. Technically, Alan kind of did. Hey there, Ty. So we're going to be playing, or just playing as much as we need to these times. I'm not going to be ending them at the end of every chapter like I did during the first run-through, because now I know how the game is structured, narratively speaking, so it's easier to find better cutoff points. There we go.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward.
Hey there, Lunas. I'm going to try to finish up Chapter 2, but no guarantee I'm going to get through it.
The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
Hey there, Laura Parenti. You didn't miss too much.
There's one of the pages on the floor.
Wait. I'll look it up. Thanks,
These
Casey.
pages are important.
Everyone
Breaker
stop
dropped one
talking.
before he disappeared.
All right, so the Alan had a different monologue at the start of the game. There's been some new manuscript pages we found already, some new dialogue shifts as well, down to the point where Saga's recognizing that she's having deja vu the investigation already. Almost like she recognizes something has happened. This has happened already.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is they refer to Zane as a fictional poet, which is interesting.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
I'm glad you can make it, Laura. I saw your comments earlier today. I'm glad you're able to stop on by and hang out. Okay. Cult of the Tree. We can't do anything with this yet.
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy.
Okay, let's see how much of this we can knock out right now.
Forcing you into their twisted world.
There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, we've already seen those ones.
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, Alien Baby, it's not just saying that Alan's an unreliable narrator, but the point is, if he wrote that this is the case, therefore it has to be the case. Now, it could be a different version of Zane that's the fictional one versus a real version of him, but for the purposes of the story, he has to now be a fictional character. That's just how this process works.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
I'm kind of with you guys on that. I think the filmmaker Zane is a scratch. Now, whether it's part of Alan, don't know. Maybe it's a remnant of the original Zane, possibly. Who knows? But yeah, no, I'm 100% on board that that is a scratched individual.
That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared?
His tone's different.
He's gone like magic? Magic's not real. Magic's not real. Right, Mulligan?
No, Thornton. Monsters aren't real, and magic's definitely not real.
I knew that.
I'm curious if that's for our benefit or not. Hey there, SCP. No worries, dude. Well, we can almost argue that door is kind of playing along with this whole thing. They're not taking Laura. They are working with the Cult of the Tree, so they kind of know what's happened with the murder, at least. Hey there, John Morrison. Thank you so much, dude, for the donation. Can't stay long. Just happy to see the game that's 100% deserved the game award, the awards it got. 100%. We can all debate whether they deserved more, but it definitely deserved what it got. 100%. All right.
How you doing? My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment, ma'am.
So
someone will be right with you.
She's supposed to pick up that one dude, but
How many times do we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end with you.
so this is the guy that was having those dreams of the eye in the sky. We find him in here later.
Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day?
I can feel it.
No,
Let
I
me
don't.
out.
Do you have any idea how much paperwork you're causing me? What's a lot?
So this guy is a little interested because he has a conversation with the manager of the lodge stating that the TV's been flipping on and off in the middle of the night, and Night Springs does that sometimes. Night Springs definitely does that on occasion. I mean, it happened with Barry.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah.
We need backup. The Bright Falls case, whoever you can spare, ASAP.
Hey there, Sugoi. One
The
second.
pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I'll respond in a
I
second.
agree. But it's our best lead.
Alright, so the reason why Alan doesn't call Jesse into this story is because Saga specifically has immunity to the plot. Now, it's something I'm actually working on a full-on video essay on this topic. But Saga quite possibly is the only person that could succeed in the role of the hero in this story. Even if he brought Jesse into it, she's bound by the events of the story. Specifically, Saga's immune to it, meaning that we have that chaos aspect in the middle of the plot. Jesse can't act as a piece of chaos. Saga can. Now, we could all 100% state that Jesse is far more powerful in a let's beat something up aspect, but she doesn't have that magical quality to her that Saga does.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer. Or maybe 3.
Actually, let's grab something real quick. What makes her special, Harkon? I mean, she's essentially
take a quick look around.
immune to the
Meet you
plot.
back at the car.
And she has the power to shift in and out of realities. I mean, her lineage as Mr. Door's daughter gives her the power to, once she develops it, to basically move in and out of different realities at will, just like he does. But also, as an Anderson, she's essentially immune to the plot of the story. Now, I have a hypothesis on why Andersons specifically have that power.
It's so quiet here. Now, why'd you go and do that?
Hubert Biltmore, I think is who she's talking about. He's one of the
Another
founders
Alex Casey lunchbox.
of, you won't believe it's hard to track down these things. He's one of the founders of Bright Falls. But because of the moonshine, actually. So I think that the reason the Andersons are immune, the Anderson brothers are immune to it, is because of the moonshine. It's made with unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake, so they're essentially giving themselves, like, they're constantly dosing themselves with the power of the lake to the point where they just develop a natural immunity to it. Yeah, she's Door's daughter. Well, Jamie, they don't flat out say that she's Door's daughter, but he confronts...
I think I saw something.
He
It'll only take a
confronts
minute.
Alan at the end, basically saying, you drag somebody I care about into this story. And that's the reason why Dora got involved, is because Saga got pulled into it. And there's also the fact that Thor is the one who cast Saga's father out of the picture. Anger's Remorse, the tune flat out says, like, yes, he's the man that I drove away, so to speak. That happened in 1988, which is the same year that Warlindor vanished, after being struck by lightning on the rim of Cauldron Lake. So there's a bunch of just random stuff. Yeah, microdosing, Queenie. That's a good way to put it. So yeah, it's they haven't said it, but it's basically, yeah, she's Door's daughter.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
All right. Yeah, and the only reason she's the hero... Well, I wouldn't say the only reason, but the primary reason she's the hero is because she's immune to it.
I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Have a good night, Silk. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. You enjoy. Yes, Otto, I did read it eventually. Initially, I think during my first playthrough, I didn't listen to the whole
The
thing.
page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
Okay. Let's go see if there's anything to do at the substation. Oh, Seek. Sorry. Night. Sorry about that.
I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree.
Hey there, Zachary.
What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
So what's different, Zachary, is the Alan has a different intro monologue. 100% for sure. There's a new manuscript that suggests that Saga is experiencing deja vu the entire time we're going through the campaign, meaning she's having unconscious memories of doing this before, which is definitely different. And there's some other random dialogue changes and stuff like that.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do a damn thing, huh?
Hello. Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihto. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity.
I'll pay attention to that, Alien.
No
Thank you
need to
for the
worry,
comment.
though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous weather saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by.
I don't think Alan's going to remember the previous loop, because it even says in the beginning that the memories of the last one kind of was washed away in the tide of the story. But there may be echoes of that somewhere.
Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
Well, I need to get back to it.
I'm not familiar with SCP just in general, dude.
What the hell is this?
What'd you find there, Stephen?
Nothing. Just something that shouldn't be here.
Yep.
Coons my ass.
I love how Ilmo's here just to pay attention to what he's doing so he can undo it, because he's the one that tapped into it in the first place. So yeah, paraphysics, I can imagine the idea of stories within stories that affect reality, but... No, I am not familiar with a lot of the SCP lore.
Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
Coffee World. Just say the word.
Thanks, but I don't drink coffee.
We brew our own beer, too. Ahma beer.
Oh, now we're talking.
Brewed locally in Puerto Rico.
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me.
Hey there, Jay. I haven't got to a shoebox yet, so I don't know what if I have all my charms or not. I have seen someone comment.
Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages.
Yes, and it rolled on that one.
Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
Yeah, you know that the raccoons are an excuse, but after fighting some off with a broom, you're like, yep, 100%. Like, the reason Dr. Meepster why... Now, I haven't read SCP stuff, so I'm gonna have my bias on. But...
Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
He just kind of echoed.
No sign of Nightingale.
He said the same thing earlier.
But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Give me a second.
Maybe something around here will tell us.
So it's just with the Remedy verse, everything that's the weirdness has a purpose to it. In SCP, because so many people can just create their own lore and add it into the thing, there's no real direction to it. It's just, a lot of it's just random, and there's a varying quality to it.
We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything
Monsters,
comes up, I'll...
overlaps, rituals. What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around, learn what this ritual is. After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else.
Okay. And there we go. Beautiful. All right, let's get going. So my question in this phase... Oh, no, I lied. Never mind. I just answered my own question before we even got there. I was going to ask, like, why the footprints were going from the table down, but it's because he came back here. Never mind.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go? I can feel
Jesus.
something. A presence.
All right.
Nightingale isn't far.
And we don't have Logan's charm here for some reason. Let's just set that up there for right now.
These aren't the same tracks that were here before.
Nope.
They're headed into the tree, not out of it. What is that?
Damn
Seems
it.
like it's reacting to the light. My flashlight burned the dark stuff away.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
Yeah, Segoy, it seems as though Alan has an innate connection to the dark place ever since childhood. So he kind of has, like, visions of events that happen randomly throughout time. And he uses those for inspiration for his writings.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold.
Different cabin tie.
Like a doorway, leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's ladle?
Okay. Now, I want to make a comment about this entire scenario. So, this idea of rituals that we're doing right now, where we're going to go get the heart, come here, say the magic words, and put the heart through the witch's chest, it reminds me very much of the events in American Nightmare, where in order to affect change, you have to perform a ritual. Kind of like in that one where you have a certain song playing, you have the safety lights blasting, and then have the oil pump turned on. By doing all those little things, all of a sudden reality can start to shift. Now, Saga is actively engaging in these rituals, so in a certain sense, she's playing a role at forcing the story to go along. Imagine what would happen if Saga just did not grab the heart and did not put it into the chest, and just walked away. The entire story would stop immediately, because she's not engaging in the ritual to make it happen.
And mentioned a fuse.
And one could argue that's one of her biggest,
Thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
But one could argue, like, that's one of her personality negatives, is that she gets so overeager in this investigation that she starts acting outside of her training as an FBI agent. Because something like this, you wouldn't just randomly go grab a heart and hold it through. That's not what anyone would ever do, but because she's so excited and eager to be in this weird stuff, she goes along with it. But if she did not go along with it, the whole story would stop.
This fuse is busted.
Because the ritual wasn't performed. She ignores her good sense for the purpose of the mystery.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though. Another page. Making progress.
Alright, here we go. Okay. Give me my pump action. Give me my rifle. Actually, let's hold off on the rifle from now, but I do want you. Alright, so what do I want here? Give me my setter charm. I really want that. Let's have one of these mugs. I feel like I'm going to use those more often. Increases damage dealt when undetected. Increases damage dealt when low on health. Increases max health restored in safe havens. Anchor charm, stun enemies, resilience from being staggered or interrupted, increases effectiveness of painkillers and trauma pads. Actually, that might be useful. And this one increases resource. Yes, better resource is always good. Okay, so I'm going to grab you. So this isn't all the stuff I had in the original game. It just feels like it gave you a bunch of stuff, but I had way more stuff in this inventory than this when I finished off the game. Let's see. Stun, add a charge to Saga's flashlight. I kind of like that, though. Alright, good enough for now. My upgrades carry over, but not that stuff. Okay.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Oh, I think that's a new one. That might be a new one right there, though. Saga opens a cauldron like overlap. So we've already seen that one. The fuse place in... I don't remember there being two in here. Dark Poem 1. Ooh, okay, hold on. Okay, give me a second. Alright, so I have a, on my other monitor, I have a list of all the new ones we're finding. Dark Poem 1.
The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the shadow cast. The third eye now open to project the night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone.
Okay, so we've already technically heard this. Writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. So this is the creator of the universe, essentially. The shadow cast, the third eye now open, to project the night. It's the ritual to lead you on. Okay. So we've already kind of read that, technically. Dude, the freaking crossbow alone is the best weapon we got here. Reusable ammo is always amazing.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual.
She squinted to read the smudged lines of the heart.
To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now?
Gotta do some profiling right now. I mean, like, I don't know if the writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. So this, I'm not sure if they're talking about this in terms of the Ouroboros of creation itself or Return, or these books in general. Meaning the Alan who is writing the beginning of the story versus the Alan that is writing the ending of the story. With the terror of the light and shadow cast, third eye now open to project the night. No, Otto, I don't think there should be anything different with the nursery rhymes because I'll talk about them as we get to it. It's kind of important. The nursery rhymes are more relevant than we let on.
I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
And Alan just teleported
Nightingale's
the heart
is
there
at the
for
general
us.
store, in a fridge.
Thank you, Alan. That was when Alan got to the Caldera Street station down into the dark hole and just went ahead and shifted it there without realizing it.
I need to check the general store for the heart.
Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way
Harsh.
back, don't you worry about it.
That's what I'm thinking too, Laura. That's what they're referring to. Hey there, Archangel Dude. Thank you so much again for the donation, buddy. This is me showing the limits of Saga's ability. She can't pierce this draft with her seer powers, not completely. I think she'll pick up on more on it as we go. It seems like the ritual in Youth and You are talking about the fact that someone has to be stuck in the writer's room for the other to be out when you perform the ritual. Potentially. Jump scare. Second jump scare. There we go.
All around you.
Done.
Occultist. A monster. Like Nightingale.
Again. Crossbow. Broken weapon. Okay, so we already have all of our... I don't need to do you because I already have the shotgun. Beautiful. Hey there, Pixel Shift. How you doing? Hey there, Dark Penguin. Alright. So I've already gotten these ones. So we're really only going to read the new ones.
The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible.
Alright. So just to clarify your question, Almas, to read it off for everybody, I have a question about the Scratch collaborating with Zane. In the first game, they said Scratch can't create anything, so why did Zane say that? And who wrote the initial version of Return? So the Scratch in American Nightmare was a completely separate entity that was wearing Alan's skin. In this game, they're referring to Scratch, at least Alan and Zane were referring to Scratch, it just being Alan himself under the desire to write. He's not referring to the actual Scratch. He's just talking about himself without realizing he's talking about himself. Because remember, he considered the other Alan who was writing to be Scratch, which isn't true. Now, he only became Scratch in this one when the Dark Presence overtook him. It's just a little confusion there. From what I understand, Segoy, the ending's going to be very different.
I feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream. And now I need to give the heart to the witch. Makes total sense.
I mean, we're at the point in the Remedyverse where we literally have to break down... There's like 4 or 5 different versions of a character at the same time, which kind of sucks.
Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm
You
still finding my way back.
You have the worst sense of direction.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
Okay. I'm en route to Witch's Ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting.
Okay, so no, Kenyatta, this is not new. I did find this during my second run-through, but I missed it the first time. It just says some suspicious activity spotted. The fielder thought he saw movement in the bushes. Footprints around the area were found, but they were compromised by the fielder. Note to self, train the fielder. On the 4th, nothing to report. Some animals regular. On the 5th, hunters out after dark. Poachers heard some gunshots. Not one of ours. Got to keep an eye on these people. They can get more than they bargained for out there. Basically, this is just some Cult of the Tree members making notes about their observations down here. Paying attention, I think. What was new? Did I miss it? Sorry. Yeah, I think I might have missed that. If there was new dialogue there. No, she mentioned that the first time that she did mention seeing the heart in the dream before. It's just we probably have more context now, considering we're having a deja vu plot now. Oh shit, I missed.
Okay, safe.
Can we get back up? No. Okay. And we're out of arrows right now, so I'm kind of SOL for that bit. Could you open the shotgun case to see if some comments? I can't actually, Tarmo. I tried to interact with it. It's not available. Yeah. So there's no new dialogue there. And go. And now let's... This act actually initiates the entire plot, if you catch my meaning, because this is the first ritual.
The wave crashed on the
Yes, I
first
did, Isaac.
layer. I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror.
Alright, I hope in the overlap we'll get more changes. Let's go take a look, though. Actually, I kind of want to heal real quick. Here we go.
Casey, I think I'm in the overlap. Are you still on your way? Casey! Casey, do you read me? Fuck. Okay, Saga. Going in solo. Logan? Logan! Where are you? What the fuck was that? Logan's back in Virginia. You're imagining things.
I know, the red lights in this really trigger our freaking control PTSD. It's kind of crazy. They picked the exact same color shading, too.
What was that? Wait. Did I get turned around?
Nope.
No, this is right. This place is looping. Like a nightmare.
The writer went to the lake, banished the dark presence, so this is old stuff. You must dig it out. Please stop. What did I do?
Need to find Nightingale.
Let's just listen to it for the fun of it.
The writer went into the lake, banished the dark presence. Taken still lurked in the woods. The dark place receded. The current pulled back those with darkness inside, into the lake. Nightingale was there, one of them. The dark presence, Jagger had taken him. The witch had stolen his heart. They sank beneath the waves. The dark place, wandering in the shadows, muttering to themselves. It's dark. I'm lost. Where am I? Who am I? I can't remember. It's cold. Premium cabins for rent in Bright Falls. Who said that? Can you hear me? I need help. Please. Stop this. What did I do? You must dig it out. Their shape shifted. Echoes of the writer's dreams. Fading in, fading out. The next story and the story after that. The writer was writing again.
Yeah, that was a Carl Stuckey line. The first taken Alan ever witnessed. Okay, so right now we're overlapped with Noir York, but we're about to be overlapped with Caldera Street Station, which makes 100% sense why it's overlapped here, because even with the name Caldera, Cauldron Lake is a caldera, blah, 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 blah. This is where Nightingale came from, and this is where Nightingale was wandering around in the dark place. This is only twice, though. Last time we did 3 loops, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
He's here. Nightingale.
Alright. Let's see if I can handle nightmare mode.
Trapped here. To escape. Danger.
Who is that? It's like they're coming in over a bad signal.
No, we are in Caldera Street Station now.
Nightingale's badge.
Yep. So his badge, I believe, was dropped right there past the turnstiles in Caldera Street Station. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Technically. Yeah, we're on nightmare mode, Jamie D.
Set to find the light switch. Show me the clicker.
There we go. This is where we need to be.
Nightingale hunted Saga.
Fuck. Come on, burn it. There we go. Oh, shit. Fuck me. There we go. Hey there, call me Kess. Thank you so much for the donation, buddy.
Gotta move. Now.
Sorry, gotta run.
I have to get to safety.
I don't know where to run for safety right now. I'm dead. Run. Run. Okay, let's get our ammo loaded up and then we'll continue. I'm not going to be as stingy with my healing items this time around. So I do have the thing with the shotgun where it deals more damage to their stagger, so I'm doing the double headshot, shotgun, and boom! Problem solved. Where? Oh, there he is! Look! Can't see, can't see. I'm running low on pistol ammo though, which is not good. Shoot! Bad, 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 bad. Grab it, grab it. I can't see anything. Where is he? There he is. Can't see anything. Woo! There we go. Yeah, Mateo, we do have some changes in New Game Plus.
Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
To escape. In danger. The dark presence.
Danger. Thanks. Got it. Hey! Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out with my face! Scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's changed the story. The dark presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
13.
Love this tune.
In the dark, miles apart, made a promise that I'm coming out alive. Raging heart went too far.
Time to vibe.
I will never lose myself again, or I was calling you. Did you hear me? I lost my way, lost my way. I was trapped in 1,000 nights with no escape. Nightmares taking me over.
Same here, Laura. Dude, I love this end chapter tune.
Oh, I died like
Yeah, Ty, it does. I 100% agree. It hits very differently knowing what we know right now. Yeah, so I changed the outfit a little bit for both Saga and Alan. That's why he has a different drip. Well, if I remember correctly, this Road by Poe was written for this game. It was written a long time ago. Yes, Jamie D. That's my hypothesis of why Alan specifically tapped her to be the hero of the story, is because she can shift between the dark places and other realities and is immune to the plot. I mean, she's perfectly positioned due to her very nature to be a hero of this.
Lost my way.
I've literally been listening to this song like 3 times today. Before we even got here. No, Kenyatta, that has nothing to do with why she's entering the overlaps. It's just her completing the rituals that cause the overlap to occur. Technically, anyone can perform those overlaps. Or perform those rituals, I should say. We'll talk about that more in a second.
Anderson, where did you go? All of a sudden, the radio stopped working, and then that flooding just disappeared. Crazy forest. Is this who I think it is?
Yo,
Casey,
Max, what's going on,
say hello
dude?
to Alan
Yes, we do
Wake.
have differences already.
Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the flooding's receded, there might be evidence we missed earlier.
Okay. See you there.
So, you will be very interested in this, Max, but the very first difference is the opening dial of the monologue that Alan has before Nightingale even comes out of the lake. He makes direct reference to the fact that this is another time around the bend, but more specifically, he quotes the poem by Thomas Zane about the shadow you settle for, beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated, which wasn't in the original one. But he specifically states that this was a poem from a fictional poet. He refers to Zane as the fictional poet. Anyways.
Alex Casey? How? Am I still... Is this the dark place? No, it can't be. I got out.
Yeah, the PI from your books has the same name as me. Great. Moving on. It's a bit of a hike to the car, Wake. Just get your bearings, then we'll head out.
I need another minute. Cauldron Lake. I thought I'd never see this place again.
Take your time. But you should know these woods aren't the safest.
Yeah. It's getting dark. You have a flashlight? It's not safe without a light.
I have a light. And a gun. You can relax, Wake.
And pages. If you see pages of writing anywhere, you must take them and keep them safe. Our lives could depend on it. They have vital information.
We know about the pages, Wake. We'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment. It's okay.
Take your time.
Alright, so I think the reason why it's so very relevant for,
Should look around.
Saga to be immune to the
With the
plot
flooding gone, could be further clues out there.
is
The
solely
flooding disappeared
because
very
of the end of the
suddenly.
game.
I wonder if there's any connection to the overlap. To Nightingale.
Because the game ends with Saga stuck in the dark place. Now, the heroes have to pay a price in the horror story. Now, they can literally have the horror story end with Saga being trapped permanently in the dark place. Story over. But because she's immune and can then just teleport, basically transport herself back into reality, boom, it doesn't matter. But for the purposes of the plot of the book, she pays the ultimate price by being stuck in the dark place. It doesn't matter that she can immediately leave anytime she wants. If that makes sense. Where am I at? There I am. Okay, now that we got the center charm, we are not going to miss anything. No, Laura, it's actually called the final draft. Like, when you go to the start menu of the game, New Game Plus is called Final Draft. So, legit. Wouldn't that piss off the Dark Place? Hey, dude, he's not really breaking any rules. He just found a loophole. Where is it? I know there's one up here somewhere. There it is. So this is not a new one, but it goes over the rules of how overlaps work. Basically, the reason they work is because you have the fictional story over the dark place overlapping with the real story here. And they're so thematically similar to each other, which we'll talk about that when we get into Alan's side of the plot. But they're so thematically similar that both realities kind of cross over. And yeah, Max, I think that's kind of confirms that either this version is fictional or
a locked box.
Something along those lines.
Is that the cult of the tree symbol on it? Notes and ammo. Looks like they're tools of the trade.
Okay. Okay, let's see. So, I think this might be a new one here. I think this one right here might be a new manuscript. So let's go check that out. It's right next to the box. Nightingale in the dark place. Maybe not.
He'd been on the trail of the writer forever. The writer he despised. Hemingway, Bukowski, Wake.
No, this is an old one.
I'll get you.
I lied.
I'll find you. I'll make you pay. Here and over your head. He descended into the tunnels, from the Dark City, into the ocean of darkness. Next stop, Caldera Street Station. Something, a presence, rumbled. Not a train. Shadows shifted on the platform. The writer's cult waited for him there. The cult of the word. Occultists lean close. I carry his words close to my chest now. You're not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise. He'd be caught, murdered. They got him. They didn't get him. He was reborn out of hate. He was there, but he was risen. Sent to find the light switch up from the lake that was not the lake.
Estevez confirms there was difficulties communicating with the oldest house, but I don't think they've confirmed if it's due to the lockdown. No worries, dude. Take it easy, buddy. Later, Max. No, I got one in the overlap. No, the one that was in the overlap was... Where is it? Nightingale in the dark place. Or enters the lake. This is the one we find in the overlap. This is the one you get on that's sitting on the rock. Okay. Alright, so actually, I'm gonna head up to the witch's cabin real quick. Oh, great. I'm gonna try to see if I can avoid it. Fine. Shit, I completely missed. I completely missed! You dick! I am going to die, like, right now. Come on, light. Turn back on. Shit! It turned the light off again! You dick. And somehow I have full life. God, I'm trying not to spend ammo on you, asshole.
Even the animals are turning into monsters.
Damn it. Trying to save ammo, but whatever. Most of the ammo stash we got at the beginning went right into the Hartman, or not the Hartman, but the Nightingale fight. Beautiful. Okay. And somehow that thing from the wolf didn't actually damage me at all. I don't know why.
This mug always cheers me up.
Okay. So the only things we have left on here is we didn't get this magnet one there. We didn't get the feedback loop, which reduces the fire rate. And we didn't do the magazine size or the auto fire. So we'll go ahead and start working on that later. But for right now, guys, I'm going to be ending off the stream for now. Oh, was it the coffee mug that saved me? Hold on. Oh, it was the coffee mug that saved me. Well, never mind. No deaths. It's okay. We're about, with the nursery rhymes coming up, will give us another coffee mug. I've actually never used the coffee mug charm until just now. Just saying. Like, during the base game, I never equipped one. I found it kind of pointless. But anyways, guys, we're going to end this off here for today. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going tomorrow, because I do have some stuff going on, but for sure we'll be back on Wednesday to continue on with the next section of the story. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to find a guide for the Nightmare manuscript or the New Game Plus manuscript exclusive locations. If anyone finds those as well, just let me know. You can send it to me on Discord if you're in there. If not, just mention it when we get to the next stream going. Anyways, all, peace.